What is sustainability? This can be defined as the avoidance of the depletion of natural resources in order to maintain an ecological balance. That's so simple to define. But are we joining forces to establish ways of educating people, and especially the young generation, on how important this is? Let me get closer home and let's pick an African country, for instance, Kenya, and specifically our education system. When I was growing up, I was taught about trees, the importance of trees and how to take care of them. This is just an example of our learning system. There was much more in sustainability, which I learned later, and still I wish I grew up knowing or got involved in while at the tender age. Education for sustainable development is key to shaping our development. What about if sustainability skills were incorporated in our subjects? Let's say art, math, or even science. Let me take you through a few points and you will see how important this education is. I will begin by quoting Stephen Sterling, Head of Education for Sustainable Development at the Plymouth University, who wrote and said that the key role of education for sustainable development can build a lasting change, and that is sustainable change, because it is owned by the learner and reaches hearts and mind. Sustainable development is not sustainable on its own unless there is quality information for all those who are involved. And again, there is need to have the will to change after one gets this education. Education for sustainable development promotes the development of the skills, knowledge, values, understanding, and actions necessary for creating a world that is sustainable. This education also enables people to make sound decisions and carry out actions which will be environmentally friendly. There are certain characteristics of education for sustainable development adapted from the UN Decade of Sustainable Development, UNESCO Nairobi Cluster 2006, and it says that a good education for sustainable development should have the following 7 characteristics. 1. Be embedded in the curriculum in an interdisciplinary and holistic manner, allowing for a whole institution approach to policy making. 2. Share the values and principles that underpin sustainable development. 3. Promote critical thinking, problem solving, and action, all of which develop confidence in addressing the challenges to sustainable development. 4. Employ a variety of educational methods such as literature, art, drama, and debate to illustrate the processes. 5. Allow learners to participate in the decision making on the design and content of educational programs. 6. Address local as well as global issues and avoid jargon-ridden language and terms. And finally, 7, look at the future, ensuring that the content has a long-term perspective and uses medium and long-term planning. Education for sustainable development helps facilitate the learning of knowledge and promote the learning of skills, perspectives, and values necessary to foster and maintain sustainable societies. It is now upon our educators in different sectors to check if all this is being implemented. I will wrap it up with a quote from Ban Ki-moon, which says that sustainable development is the pathway to the future we want for all. It offers a framework to generate economic growth, achieve social justice, exercise environmental stewardship, and strengthen governance.